Today is Tuesday, October 7th. It is 10 o'clock a.m. and we are in the A.M. main hearing room. Good morning. I'm Tom Burks with the Alabama Department of Environmental Management. I'm the designated hearing officer for this hearing. I would like to welcome each of you to the hearing today. The subject of this hearing is the proposed revisions to A.M. Administrative Code Division 335-14. Notice of the date, time, place, and purpose of this hearing was published in the Call News, the Coleman Times, the Tuscaloosa News, and the Montgomery Advertiser on August 20th, 2025. Copies of the certifications of these publications are submitted for the hearing record as Exhibits C1 through C4. On August 20th, 2025, the department also caused the same notice to be sent to 3,446 individuals and organizations requesting advance notice of rulemaking. A listing of the individuals and organizations notified will be entered into hearing record as Exhibit C-5. A copy of the proposed rules was filed with the Administrative Procedure Division of the Legislative Services Agency, and a copy was furnished to the Joint Committee on Administrative Rule Review on August 19th, 2025. A copy of the notice was also published in the Alabama Administrative Monthly, Volume 43, Issue 11, on August 29th, 2025. Copies of the proposed rules have been available for inspection by the public at A.M. field offices in Birmingham, Mobile, Decatur, and A.M. offices in Montgomery. The proposed regulation changes has also been available on the A.M. internet site at am.alabama.gov. A copy of the proposed rules is submitted for the hearing record as Exhibit B-1. A copy of the summary of reasons supporting adoption of rules is submitted for the hearing record as Exhibit B-2. This hearing is being conducted to provide the public an opportunity to present data, views, questions, and arguments on the proposed rules. Open to the public, and anyone wishing to present oral testimony or written statement may do so. Persons who have not previously advised the hearing officer of their intent to give oral testimony should complete a registration card and present it to the representative at the registration table. All verbal and written comments received today and during the public notice period will become part of the hearing record. The information in the record will be used in evaluating proposed rules. Lengthy statements containing considerable technical or other significant data should be submitted. Summaries of each such statements may be presented orally. All testimony and written statements should be as factual as possible and should address the subject of this hearing. This hearing is not intended as a question and answer session, and persons giving testimony will not be subject to questioning by the public. They may, however, be questioned by the hearing officer or any other representative of the Department of Environmental Management to clarify points and to develop a better understanding of the information being presented. We will now proceed to the principal purpose of today's hearing, the receipt of public comments. I would ask that each person making a statement please step to the podium, state your name, and any interest or organization that you represent. This hearing is being recorded by the court reporter, and a transcript will be included in the public record. The order of appearance of persons giving oral testimony will be as follows. First, a representative of the Department of Environmental Management, then public officials, then members of the public in the order in which they filed registration cards to give oral testimony. I now call on Austin Pierce, Chief of the Engineering Services Section in the Land Division.
Good morning. My name is Austin Pierce. I'm the Chief of the Engineering Services Section of the Land Division. I'm going to provide a brief summary of the reasons supporting the proposed revisions to the A.M. Administrative Code Division 335-14 Hazardous Waste Program. Under the provisions of the Alabama Environmental Management Act 22-22A, Code of Alabama 1975 as amended, the Department of Environmental Management was given the authority to adopt rules, regulations, and standards in order to carry out the provisions and intent of Chapter 22A. The Administrative Procedures Act, Section 41-22-4 requires each agency to adopt rules of practice setting forth the nature and requirements of all formal and informal procedures available. Revisions to Division 14 are being proposed to adopt federal rules finalized by the United States Environmental Protection Agency so that it may retain primacy over the implementation of the hazardous waste program in Alabama. These 7 codified and revised federal rules include conditional exclusion for carbon dioxide, CO2 streams, and the geologic sequestration activities published in the Federal Register on January 3rd, 2014. Hazardous and solid waste management system, disposal of coal combustion residuals from electric utilities, published in the Federal Register on April 17, 2015. Test method for standards to control organic emissions, published in the Federal Register on March 20th, 2023. Technical corrections for the hazardous waste generator improvements rule, the hazardous waste pharmaceuticals rule, and the definition of solid waste rule, published in the Federal Register on August 9, 2023. Second, technical corrections for the hazardous waste generator improvements rule, the hazardous waste pharmaceuticals rule, and the definition of solid waste rule, published in the Federal Register on December 11, 2024. Management of certain hydrofluorocarbons and substitutes under the American Innovation and Manufacturing Act of 2020, published in the Federal Register on October 11, 2024. Integrating e-manifests with hazardous waste exports and other manifest-related reports, PCB manifest amendments and technical corrections, published in the Federal Register on July 26, 2024. Additionally, revisions to Division 14 are proposed to clarify the financial assurance requirements for government-owned, state, federal transporter facilities, and the financial assurance requirements during the post-closure period and corrective action period for owners and operators of hazardous waste treatment, storage, and disposal facilities. The purpose of today's hearing is to provide an opportunity to receive public comment regarding the revisions as noted. The department welcomes your input to this process and will consider all technical comments prior to making a final decision concerning the revision of these regulations. The department will also provide a response to each comment and to those requesting specific notice of our decision. Thank you.
I will now call on public officials, followed by members of the public, in the order in which they have filed registration cards to give oral testimony. I would ask that each person making a statement please step up to the podium, state your name and any interest or organization that you represent. I'm requesting that everyone limit your comments to 5 minutes, as I ask for lengthy statements to be submitted in writing. If anyone feels like they would like to make additional comments, I will appropriate more time after everyone in attendance has had a chance to speak. I have not received any registration cards of anyone indicating that they wish to speak. Is there anyone who has not had a chance to complete a card who wishes to speak at this time? Let the record reflect that there is no response. The final hearing record will include a transcript of this hearing, all written submissions and exhibits, and a response by the department to each relevant comment received by the hearing officer before 5:00 p.m. Tuesday, October 7th, 2025, at the 8 a.m. offices in Montgomery. After consideration of all oral and written comments, 8M will make a determination regarding possible revisions to proposed rules and prepare a response to all relevant comments received. When a final decision has been made, 8M will forward a final draft of the proposed rules as may be revised in the hearing record, and if conflicting views are submitted, of the principal reasons for and against adoption of the proposed rules and the reasons for overruling any consideration urged against their adoption to the Environmental Management Commission for consideration and possible adoption. Once complete, this record will be available for participation in the offices of the Department of Environmental Management in Montgomery. Thank you for your attendance and participation